I took not buying parts for my car too far, and has ended up costing me big time. And hopefully, by the end of this video, you glorious people will know exactly what not to do in this situation. Because so far, I've tried 3 different solutions for this clutch pedal, and now I'm having to revert back to an OEM solution. So come have a laugh, mostly at me and only a smidgen with me, as I finish up the last few odds and ends on the Polo 1.8T engine swap. Welcome to DM Builds. BAM engine comes with 2 of these. Left and right, and they sit on the insides of the bumper. But I don't have room for that. I have room for 1. And it's only a temporary measure. I was able to get the engine far back in the engine bay, further than I thought, so there is actually room in the front for an intercooler. I've made some brackets that are going to pick up on the 2 bushings at the bottom, 1 at the top, and the 2 pegs. So now we have that installed. Let's get the pipe started. This is an OEM pipe cut down, and I've moved the reinforcement ring that was in the one end and shoved it in there. Just going to clean it up, remove all the oils and greases from the ring piece. I'll mix up a batch of epoxy and just shove it in there. Now the epoxy is dried, let's get it in place.
Go to your home? You're too good for your home? Gosh.
The Polo has a standalone cooling system that is controlled by a thermostatic switch, which doesn't fit in the Audi engine. So I have an aftermarket one that grounds out, so I just need to find the pins. And if I connect together the red pin on the thermostatic switch sensor to the red and white pin there, then the fan should spin all by itself. Now that we're all heated up, these 2 should connect. And now that we've cooled down, no connection. So we'll take the power, put it into the relay. It'll feed the 30 pin as well. That'll come down from the relay to the thermal switch that we tested. Once that gets up to temperature, that switch will close. It'll energize this circuit, so the power will come down to 30 and go to 87. I'll put that to the red and white stripe on the thermal plug, which will go down to the plus on the fan, and then minus will go to the brown on that plug as well. That shouldn't mean that I don't need any additional fuses or anything like that, because everything should be fused from the Polo system. So this is something that I like to call car guy math. What it means is, if I buy a part for a project car, and that project car is completed or sold, maybe even set on fire, if that part wasn't used, it's not free. That's a free part for any other project car. Of course, when I say free, what I mean to say, it's only going to cost you the time and effort to completely gut the stock plastic covering, slam panel, leaving just enough plastic to mount the headlights. Then I get to fab up a new panel that has different mounts for the free radiator that has completely incorrectly sized inlets and outlets. With the main pipes created, I can now test fit the overflow and the heater matrix connections and move on to my overbearing clutch issues. This is revision 1, and I'll be honest, it's doomed from the start. It doesn't bleed, doesn't move far enough for a mechanical advantage, and I'm not an engineer. But quite possibly looking at that, it looks like a mechanical disadvantage would actually be applied to the clutch. What I was thinking that a tiny little cable could pull this was beyond me. So we'll just say, next! Revision 2 picks up on the holes in the stock pedal box. I really couldn't see a simpler solution for mounting this hydraulic cylinder, probably because I was too lazy and I didn't want to remove the pedal box. So what can I do at this point? Admit defeat? Use an aftermarket slave setup, like Bad Obsession do? Delve into the VW parts catalog? As Billy Talent would sing, one more fix and I'll be just fine. Ooh, and would you look at that? So sleek, so evocative. No, that's still pretty shit. Okie dokie, OEM parts catalog it is. This little number is from a diesel version of this Polo and already has the hydraulic clutch in place. So hopefully this will be the answer to my issue. I'm hoping you can join me next time to find out.